Welcome to Hanging Out with Robert, that's me. This video is composed of things that I tinkered with throughout the day. For step-by-step detailed instructions of those tasks, you can click on the links in the comment section below. This video should contain tips and tricks of things that I've learned throughout the year. Now, I only plan on leaving this video posted for about 30 days. I hope you enjoy it. Thank you very much for watching. Brrr, it's chilly. Kicking off the day, I'm going to go down to my storage. The radiator I took that guy thought came out of Panther, must have came out of something else, or it got damaged in storage. So I'm going to see if I have a good radiator in storage. Then I'm going to swing by the junkyard, grab a couple of parts for somebody, swing by the machine shop, see if they have some tools for us finally, get some gas and come home. It's chilly out here, so yeah, I use my heated seats almost every morning. Yard, it's 9:60. It's a little chilly. Wind's blowing, probably about 40 degrees. Wind chill probably about 35. Anyway, somebody wanted me to get a couple of parts off this 92 960. So I'm going to take this mass airflow sensor off. Hopefully it's good. And they want the idle air control valve. You know, I get people ask me to give them detailed instructions on removing something. Like the timing belt cover. Man, that is one bolt. If you got a problem with pulling one bolt and sliding the cover off, man, you got more problems than I know of. So I'm not going to make a video for everything that requires one bolt removal. It's just not going to happen. Anyway, let me go ahead and remove this mass airflow sensor. Undo two clips, loosen the clamp, slide it off. Slide off that tube, flip that over, remove the idle air control valve. Then I'm going to roam around a little bit. Somebody asked me about removing trim from a S60 roof or something. I might go do a video of that real quick. If you want to service every 5 or 10,000 miles on these 960s is the flame trap. Some people just remove them, chunk them in the trash, but it's part of the PCV system for this. As you can see, it's got the PCV box there, but if you look at the back of the intake tube, there's a clamp here on the back of the tube, but there's a PCV valve or a flame trap on the back of that tube. So what you want to do is unhook it from that clamp there on the back. Get that out of there. You probably have to knock that clamp off. Then you want to turn this, see which way it turns. Turn it. If you're looking at it this way, you want to turn it clockwise and pull it out to unhook it from the plastic thing in there so you don't break it. Then you come in here and you either replace that plastic thing or make sure it's cleared out. You could use carb cleaner or something like that. Brake parts cleaner. Clean that out, make sure it flows, it's not clogged, because if it clogs, it'll build pressure in your PCV system and start putting pressure on seals, causing oil leaks. It was easy to get to, so I went ahead and took that throttle body plate. Somebody needs one, let me know. Someone sent me a message and asked about the trim that goes up over the roof on these Volvos, S60s, S40s, S80s. All of this trim that goes above the roof, it just snaps off and on. Get something, trim puller, plier or something, get up under the edge of it and pry up on it. You might want to put a rag or something on the paint so you don't scratch the paint, and the clips will probably break off as you unsnap it, but it's pretty simple and easy. Down by the glass, you want to make sure you don't break the glass. Work your way up, find the clips, pop them loose, and all this stuff just pops up and off. And like I said, I don't know if there's any special way to get it off without breaking the clips, but if you pry it this way, maybe that will slow the clip breaking process down, but probably not. So find the clips, pop them loose, and you'll remove this roof trim. There you have it. Roof trim removed. Clips are there. It snaps back down on. You probably have to replace a lot of those clips. I'm going to make a video that shows the top speed of the M56 transmissions. I have a 5-speed M56 transmission, excuse my mess, and I was curious about the gear ratio, which is in the owner's manual. I can show you that, but I'm going to show you the top speed of each gear. Basically, with these gearing, it's almost a direct drive for each gear, and for every 1,000 RPMs, you'll get so much speed. So I'm going to show you first gear, 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 RPM, and then calculate it up to 6,000 RPM, which is not the top speed. 7 is, but when you're in that red line area, that's a danger area, so I would just stay out of that. So I'm going to show you the gearing top speed for the first 5 gears up to 6,000 RPM. First gear, and let's see what speeds we get at each 1,000 RPM. So we got 1,000 RPM, about 7 miles an hour. Let's go to 2,000. Looks like 5 miles per hour every 1,000 RPM. Take it up to 3,000 or 4,000 RPM. See what our speeds are. (3,000 RPM), 17 miles an hour. Take it up to 4,000 RPM. Second gear, at 2,000 RPM, I'm at about 20. At 3,000 RPM, I'm at about 30. At 4,000 RPM, I'm going to be about 40. Alright, let's go ahead to third gear. Check those. Third gear, bring it down to 2,000 RPM. I'm at about 30 miles an hour. So every 1,000 RPM will add 15 miles an hour. So at 3,000 RPM, I'm going to be about 45. At 4,000 RPM, I'll be at 60. Here we go. 45. If we go up to 4, we'll be at 60. And there we have it. About 60 miles an hour, 4,000 RPM. So we'll calculate the other two. Now I'm in fourth gear. At 2,000 RPM, let me get it up a little bit more. I'm at like 40 miles an hour. So at 3,000 RPM, I'll be up about 60 miles an hour. Well, look at it. People practicing horseback riding. 3,000 RPM, I'm at about 60. I'm in fifth gear, and at 2,000 RPM, I'm at about 50 miles an hour. So my calculations is, every 1,000 RPMs I go, I'll get another 25 miles an hour. So at 3,000 RPM, I'll be at 75. At 4,000 RPM, I'll be at 100. At 5,000 RPM, I'll be at 125. And at 6,000 RPMs, I'll be at 150. You know, that's kind of a high RPM, so I don't really like that final drive ratio. About 3,000 RPM at 76 miles an hour, 75 miles an hour. I recently replaced the heater core on this 1999 Mercury Grand Marquis GS model, and I'm going to share with you some of the things that I experienced. Now, I used a video of another YouTuber, so I will just link to his video and let you use that one instead of me doubling up. Now, there's a few things that they commented on that was a little different for me. So let me cover those things. First thing you need to know, this job can get done quicker if you have two people. They actually use 3. I did it by myself. I'm a small guy. It is possible. So it's up to you whether you want to do it yourself or go ahead and use some help. So I'm going to put together a fragmented tool list for you. This car, the heater core was leaking. You could tell because there's coolant getting on the passenger side floor. It did not have enough coolant in there. I didn't need to drain any, so that was good. The heater core is inside the air box. The air box is bolted to the firewall with 3 bolts. On some versions of this car, you can remove those bolts into the engine side of the car or into the passenger side of the car. On this car, I was not able to do that. They had some kind of clip or some kind of holder holding that stud into the firewall. So it was difficult maneuvering the air box up against the firewall so that I could get those screws in. The top screw is extremely hard to reach, get a tool on, but it is possible, so I did do that. It took me 5 hours because I did it myself. Probably took almost an hour getting that air box back up against the firewall. My suggestion is tear that stuff out if you're by yourself. Take yourself an hour or 2 break before you try to put that air box back up against the firewall. I ended up leaving the car, coming back the next day to put that air box up against the firewall, and I got it in about 15 minutes after my break. So our key has hubcaps on it that are locked in place. So I'm going to do a quick video to show you how to get these off. Inside the vehicle you'll find a key like this. This unlocks the hubcap. You take a small flat tip screwdriver, you pry this cap off, work your way around it, get this cap off of the center of the hubcap. Next, you take your tool, put it on there, break that loose, get it to where it's loose, and remove that screw totally. Now that that's totally removed, you can take 1 or 2 screwdrivers, work your way around the hubcap, getting it broke loose from the wheel. And now your hubcap is loose, and you can see the wheel lug nuts, and you can see this piece that is in place to help lock that hubcap against the wheel. Back on, find the spot there that the valve stem goes over. Put that valve stem in the center of that notch and press the hubcap on, then put your centerpiece on. Line up the holes on the center cap, press that in, and you're all done. I'm going to recommend that they change the brakes at 205. If you feel that this information was useful, please like it and share it with your social media friends. You can subscribe to my channel so that you will get notifications of future videos that I post. You can follow me on Twitter, and if you need to contact me directly, please visit my website. And if you have any questions, leave them below, and someone or myself will reply to them. Again, thank you very much for watching.